Hey everyone, let's wait for a few more people to join. I'll start then. Okay, so we have 8 viewers right now. I'll start. So first of all, before answering your questions, I'll start with the most common questions that I get, and yeah. So the first one is what programming language do I use? The question is not the right question that you should be asking, because the choice of a programming language is secondary. What you should be focusing on is uh, is programming skills and how to develop your problem solving skills, and that's how you improve your skills in order to be able to excel in interviews or do good in competitive programming contests. So as far as programming language is concerned, the ones that you learn in college are Java, and initially you get taught C. So the best language for competitive programming is C++, and it's not that C++ is the only language that will that the top coders use. You can use Java very well, as long as your problem solving skills are good and you're comfortable in the programming language that you use. The choice of programming language is immaterial. Okay, so yeah, uh, right. So the next question that I often get is how to build a good resume. What things do we do to to the doing stuff you put on resumes. Okay, writing a resume is one thing, but what you put on resume is what you work on to be able to put that bullet point in a resume is of importance. So, right. The things I can put on resume vary a lot. You can you can put places where you interned, your projects, the any coding project that you took up in college, or uh, even good ranks in competitive programming contests, and if you make a contribution to open source projects on GitHub, for example, that is a good way to to build your skills as well as make bullet points on a resume. Uh, right. Brushing up your interview skills. So this is the one other common question that I get, and there are two main ways you can brush up your interview skills. What I did was I got a book in a competitive contest as a first prize. It is called Cracking the Coding Interview by Gail Lackman McDowell. And this is a really good book. Okay, and this one covers almost all aspects of interviews in big companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, and so on. So it has these problems that the problems that are most often asked in companies like these, and you can try to solve them and see what approaches they took to solve these problems. And that book is also contains information about how the interviewers in different companies approach interviews, and also how to prepare, and how you should be preparing, like the timeline and stuff. So what to do 3 months before the interview, 2 months, 1 month, and so on. Right. So the next best resource for preparing for interviews is interviewbit.com. Actually, the T-shirt I'm wearing, I got it from there. I got into the top 100 of their rank list, and they sent me a T-shirt for this. And so InterviewBit is a really good website for learning, for improving your interview skills. They have these problems, and they have an online judge. You can see the question and try to code it, and compare your. It has a timer as well, so you can code the solution in real time, and once you finish it, it will give you stats about how you perform. And when you solve enough problems, you'll move up the rank list, and you'll know when you're ready to face interviews. Right. So right. So I'll be taking my first question. This is by Bhavesh Achada, and he says he's a DDUN, and he is asking how to enhance my coding capabilities. So as I said, right. So when you're talking about coding capabilities, I'm guessing you refer to general programming, and a little bit of problem solving, and the kind of questions that you get on competitive contests. So what I did was I started coding at a really young age, like in school, and I used to make simple stuff like games and Visual Basic, and then I moved up to learning C++ in 11th and 12th, and I used to make simple games in Turbo C using graphics.h libraries, and those are the petty things that I did in school. In college, I started programming on codeship.com, and that is a place where you can participate in competitive contests online, and they have this monthly challenge. It is a 10-day long contest where you can solve problems and move up the rank list, and they have prizes for that. They also have a practice section where you can solve problems out of contests. So that is a good way to improve your coding skills. Right. The next question is, what is the basic requirements to get placed in Amazon? Uh, so I've answered such a question on Quora. I've posted the link to my Quora profile in this event that DDUstudent.com page has. So you can look up that answer. Moving on to the next question. How do I get an internship in the sixth semester? So this is a really good question. A lot of people have no idea how to approach this because this is the first time they'll be working in a company and preparing for interviews. And so how do you approach this? So there are two ways to go about this. You can opt for the company. If you're not too ambitious, you can opt for the companies that come for placements. You'll be told by the HOD and your placement coordinators what companies come, and then you can apply to them. You can sit for the interviews, and they'll they'll take you if ever good. And what I did was tried I tried applying to companies. I didn't get responses from most of them, but there was this there was this contest I participated in, and they were offering internships uh, if you win. So right, I got a internship offer from HP Enterprise, and but then I also got an offer from Amazon, which was really late, but then I joined anyway. So right, how do you get that? How you get it? So for Amazon, this is I contacted uh, a guy who was a DDU alumni, and he was working in Amazon Hyderabad. His name is Jaydeep Trivedi. He's also taught computers in DDU, and I asked this guy to refer me for an intern position at Amazon, which you can do as well. I can refer you if you wish. You can send me a resume on my Facebook, or ask my email ID on chat, and I'll see what I can do. So the process after getting referred is you get an interview call. It's an online interview. Before that, you get a screening test, um, a link for a programming questionnaire. Basically, you have to solve problems. The problems are based on interview style questions, as you find on InterviewBit and so on. And Amazon, I think, also has some basic CS skills questions. So those are pretty easy. You don't have to prepare much if you're um, if you're paid attention in class, right? So yeah, after the screening test, I had two rounds of interviews. Both were phone interviews, and uh, those were classic software company interviews that InterviewBit trains you for. And after I got the internship, I worked at Amazon Bangalore in the same team I'm working in right now for 6 months. And after that, based on your performance in the interview, your proposal goes to a recruiting team, and that judges your profile and considers the decision to take you or not. So I got the pre-placement offer from there, and I joined in the same team. Right. So there's this question from the page itself saying how to prepare for GATE examination and what are the best institutes for GATE preparation. So let me tell you straight. I didn't appear for GATE. I didn't even prepare for it. So it's best that you ask someone who's an who's doing an MTech in one of the IITs. I can if you can message me asking for such people. I know a few friends who excelled in GATE examination and are in good places right now. Right. So, how to get internship in companies like Microsoft, Google, and Facebook. This is by Virat Patel. It is pretty much the same in across companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Facebook. So, the best way is to find a person who is already working there and ask them to get you referred. And you'll be there's a good chance you'll be called for interviews, and then you can get an internship there. Right. So the next question is, how was your experience in DDU? This is by Rohit Kaushal. DDU is what do I say? It's being politically correct. It's a really good college, and basically this is true for every college in India. Okay, you won't get taught. You won't get taught everything. Okay, you have to see. You have to look around and see what things that need to be learned, and what skills are relevant for the industry you are going in. You might not choose to go into programming at all. Okay, you might not want to do a software job. So you should be looking at things. You should be talking to people who already work in the industry or you're wanting to move into, and ask them what skills are relevant for those jobs, and work on the skills directly. Okay, if you don't care about careers at this point, which you probably would want to, you just want to have fun in college. I mean, it is okay to do this when you're in the first 2 years of college. After that, in the third semester, in the third year or fourth year, you can worry about jobs and stuff. So in the first 2 years, if you're trying to be chilled out, you should have fun as much as you can. You should go on road trips with friends and fall in love and do stuff like that. And nothing is stopping you from doing that, as long as you manage your studies really good, have a grade that is average and above average, above the cutoff that most companies have. You're good to do anything that you want. You should. What I did was I was really passionate about programming and stuff, so I started participating in programming competitive coding contests. And right. I also was in the committee in some committees. One of them was CSI, and they used to organize these seminars and stuff. I also tried starting I started a programming club, which was also a CodeChef campus chapter. This was in my third year, and I felt that it was kind of late to start that. I would have been able to put much more effort into it if I had started out earlier. So this guy who took the initiative for DDUstudent.com, he's in second year, and he single-handedly created this site, and it has a lot of resources. So you can learn from him and do awesome stuff like that. The next question is, what would help me more in placements, competitive programming, or making projects? This is a really vague question. What the simple and one-word answer is: more problem-solving skills and interview skills, which you can learn from. I really endorse interviewbit.com because it is one of the best ways you can improve your interview skills on. And yeah, he's also asking about making projects. So you first of all, you should uh, uh, think of what kind of projects you can make. You can look around things and see things that need solving. You should not just go about doing the same projects that all the seniors have done before you, because it won't benefit anyone. It might benefit you. You might learn a bit of coding, but the real challenges, the real skills that you'll gain are from the problems that haven't been solved yet. Okay. Uh, right. How do you feel in Amazon campus? So the campus is really good. It is a really good place. You have really fast internet, and you we have very good infrastructure. The the cafeteria is good, and it's a perfect place a coder would want to be in, and uh, it makes you feel really productive. And yeah, what else do you want? There are a lot of there's yeah there's a what you call it right, a game room also. We can where there's games like pool and table tennis, and there's even a PS4, I think. Then there's chess and carom too. Yeah. Um, which is the best field in computer engineering? Okay, so don't limit yourself. I'll let you decide on that. There's no best field as such. Uh, you're free to do whatever you want. Um, things like that. Things like these are just opinions of people who they're their own personal opinions. Okay, so you shouldn't care about that. You should build your own opinion and uh, do what works best for you. How is Geek for Geeks for computer programming? I've heard a lot of seniors use it for gate preparations. It is well suited for gate preparations and uh, for learning new concepts in competitive programming. It has a really concise and simple explanation of things, and it describes new algorithms really well. So I personally didn't consult Geek for Geeks much, but I'm sure it will help you in understanding new programming algorithms and data structures. Right, so we have 5 minutes remaining uh, and no more questions. Right, there's one more question there's one more thing that I'll want to talk about. This is about how I got interviewed at Google. So I gave this test called APAC, which stands for Asia Pacific, and Google conducts this competitive programming style contest every year, and I participated in the one that happened in 2015, uh, uh, late 2015 and early 2016 too. And so they have multiple rounds. The one that I participated in is was round A, and I scored 65 points out of 100, and I was ranked 179. And so Google usually calls the top 200 participants, and this was true when I was participating. Things might have changed now. Uh, And yeah, so when I was called for an interview, uh, they had me fly down to Bangalore, and I had 4 rounds of interviews, two before lunch and two after them. After that, and the questions were pretty tough. Okay, the at that time this was in September 2015, and I hadn't prepared much on interview bit. The only preparation I had was skimming of CTCI, the Cracking the Coding Interview book, and so I was really underestimating the Google bar, and I found it to be really tough for my skills. And although I reached the fourth round, I was rejected in the end. Google takes a lot of time to return your results. So I got told after like 1 month. Right. The contest is called Kickstart now. They renamed it from Google APAC Test to Kickstart. So you can look that up. You need to be a final year student, basically someone who wants a job in the near future. You need to be a final year student to be able to be considered for interviews. Otherwise, it's free to participate for everybody. Uh, it's a lot like Code Jam. The format is a lot similar, but it is much easier than that because they primarily are looking for software developers uh, to take, and not the seasoned competitive programmers. So there's a slight difference in these two. Right. Right. This is a off-topic question by Kaushal Rohit. He asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you depend on Google? So I'm pretty sure everybody depends on Google a lot, much more than they imagine, uh, including me. So I use Google to plan my route before going out, and obviously for the searches. And Google is more ingrained in your life than you expect. I also use an Android phone, so it tracks me wherever I go. Your location, your entire location history logged into Google servers, so you can even look that up. There's this feature in Google Maps where you can see what places you've visited on the in the entire day. It will tell you what transportation method you used and how long you were at this place and so on. It's really scary if you look at it. Right. Any more questions? It's 10:30 already. We're about to end. Please post your questions if you already have them. Okay, I guess there are no more questions. So that's enough. If you have more questions, you can feel free to hit me up on Facebook chat, or uh, um, someone is bombarding me with laugh reacts. I guess it is Deep Shah. So yeah, uh, you can ask me questions whenever you want to on Facebook uh, or Quora. Right. So, yeah, got a question. This is the last question I'll be taking. This is Patel Smith. He's asking what type of coding you work with Amazon. So, uh, the so I'm in the social ads team of Amazon. What we basically do is the handle Amazon ads on Facebook, and we use Facebook's APIs to gain insights on how our ads are performing, and the bidding strategies for ads, and uh, yeah, it's mostly analytics uh, and using Facebook APIs. Not only Facebook, we also deal with Twitter, Instagram, and other social media sites. Uh, right. So as for the programming part of it, I mostly work in on big data technologies like Hadoop, Hive, and Spark. I also sometimes do some uh, um, like general Java coding, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so rest of the questions you can ask on Quora or Facebook chat, and yeah, I was talking about big data. Smith. Right. Okay. So I'll sign off. Bye.